Hello YouTube! Welcome back to another video about our 94 Grand Cherokee. Now today is a gloomy, cold day here in the sanctuary, and with that we're going to be battling sun glare all day, all through the video. I'm really sorry about that, but I'm itching to get back on this project. The next town over, about 8 miles that away, got some snow last night, so it's a little chilly here. But we're going to get right to work on this thing. So last time we saw this, we just basically did a little inspection of it and see what we got. And now it's time to put the tools to the old thing and see what we can do with it. So last time I drove it, I had it out for a barbecue here on the property, and we kind of drove it around and stuff, and I left it out into the night, and I went to go move it back into the shop, and I turned on the headlights, and well, I turned them on, I literally couldn't see anything. Now you've seen from the front view that this light comes on. Obviously that light was never gonna come on, but I still couldn't see anything. Like, that light is on, but it's not doing anything. So when I pulled it back in the shop and I got the shop lights turned on, I decided to investigate just a little bit, and let's see if I can show you what's going on down there. Boop, boop. It's gonna be hard to see, but the bulb is not in the headlight at all, actually. It's just hanging loose by some electrical tape. Now, how's that? Ooh, that is spectacular light. See, when you have headlights, the next job of the headlight they don't talk about much is the ability to light your battery, because you want to be able to see your battery at night. And so when I pulled it in the shop, this was about the light that I had coming through to see. Now it's burning that electrical tape up, so let's go turn that off before we have ourselves a fire. So, luckily I already knew I was going to replace both headlights, because if we bought one new one there, it would be shiny, and then that one over there would be dull. And we don't want that. So, I ordered them. They're here. We're going to do that right now. We're going to go ahead and just dive right into that project. So, let's do it. Open up our new box. Foam. And here we go, here's our new one. Take it out of this protective plastic. That's pretty slick. Pretty slick. We've got our 4 or 3 mounting points here. And this one is the vent, I think. I don't know. Let's take apart the old one and see what kind of good stuff we can find. So I already came in here and kind of messed with this a little bit. That's why I had to take the new one out of the box. I really couldn't really see many of the mounting surfaces, and I wanted to see how it came apart. But there was one bolt up here at 10 mil. I took that out. I noticed that this was all crinkling together, so I just and the camera I thought was rolling when this happened, and it wasn't, so that sucks because it was kind of funny. But I was kind of pulling on this, and then I was like, oh, I wonder if I could see a mounting tab, and I kind of just bent this and went and just shot out of my hand and across the shop floor, just a whole section of the broken grill. Okay, so and then this is completely busted. This is the back brace support for the grill and the headlight assembly. And I think how I'm going to have to get that off is the adjusters, I think, are what are holding it in. So I got a Allen wrench here for those, and I kind of worked this one out to kind of test my theory, and I'm not really sure if that's 100% the way this is supposed to be, but it is going. It's doing something. That's locked now. That's all the way. I don't know how to get to the bottom one, so that's the problem. that's all the way. As you can see, it's still very much in there. The whole assembly is plastic and loose. Typical. Got some foam back here. I'm gonna try to maybe pull out to see if I can see anything. Because I can't see the holes for the bottom adjusters where it's mounted anywhere. Let's see if I can get this foam out. Ouch. Foam. That's the back of the headlight, but no access to the adjusters in this area. I wonder if it would be easier to just pull the whole assembly out at this point. Probably would be. Wonderfully broken this is. I don't really know why I'm wasting my time with it, because we have to replace this back plane anyway. I didn't realize how busted up the back plane really was. I knew that it was broken, but yeah, I mean, there's the adjuster screw on the back here. Let me show you. There's the other adjuster screw. Here's the adjusters you can get from the top. And there's these ones on the bottom. And I guess it's just a nut, but it looks like maybe it's more than that. It's got some either gobbledygook to hold it in place, or those are locked in, and I'm seeing this a wrong way. Let's get something on it. Let's see what we can do here. Well, I don't think that nut is supposed to spin. I didn't put any torque on it, of course, but just based on the way that the socket's kind of fitting on it, and I think this is weld here. So I don't think it's supposed to spin, but I don't know how the heck it's supposed to come out otherwise. I guess you could maybe spin this adjuster here. That's a lot of spinning though. My word, that's a lot of spinning. For something so tiny. Okay, so after I was thinking about this for a moment, and since I have to replace that back plane for the grille and headlight assemblies anyway, with some junkyard stuff probably, I'm just going to take the whole assembly apart and have no front end on this thing for a few days. And then we're going to have to get back to that. That's going to be a little bit later in the project, I guess, because obviously I don't have the parts here right now. And we're gonna have to go source them. So I don't want to waste all my time fitting these new headlights into this back plane that I have to replace and then have to do all that work over. So we're just gonna go ahead and pull out the entire assembly and take it apart that way. How fantastic is that? Oh my gosh. Oh, it's crunchy. Oh, wow. Oh, that's why the bolt doesn't stay in there. As you can see, I'm kind of more breaking it off than anything at this point. It's so crunchy and gross, but this side's more attached, the side that didn't have the accident. So I think the correct way to do this is to pull the bumper cover off, because it kind of swoops underneath. So I think that's going to be what we're going to do this the right way. I mean, it's going to have to be done that way in order to install our new backing plate and grill. So my neighbor's gonna be here any moment to let me take a look at his 4x4 for him. So we're probably gonna stop here for right now, and I'll check back in with you guys when we get back onto this thing. See you guys then. Okay, so we're back here with the Jeep again. I got my neighbor's 4x4 fixed in his F-250, and we're going to tackle taking the bumper cover off so we can get back to removing this backing plate. So let's get into it. Okay, so now that we have the front end apart and all over my shop, there isn't much I can do without going to the junkyard to get more parts. So what we're going to do instead, we'll continue working on things, is we're going to try to get that door open. But first things first, let's get that headliner tore down so I don't have to touch it with my head. Okay, let's do it. Ooh, that's so gross. Ugh. Okay. Ah. I don't like that sound. Ah. Oh. Hi. Oh my god. Ugh. Oh jeez, I still gotta get the front. Come here, my friends. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Okay, the right way would be to get those screws undone, but... Oh. Oh. Oh, a present. What do we find? Is it Jesus? It's Jesus. Jesus is upon us. How did I know it was going to be Jesus? Oh. Ugh. Oh. Okay. That's good enough. Okay, so let's get into this door panel. Since I can't get it open, it's not going to be the most easy thing in the world to undo. Does this ashtray come out? I mean, it's an ashtray. It's got to come out, right? It's got a screw here. There's probably one down in the yonder. And then try to pop this door panel off with it all closed, which is not going to be super fun. Alright, let me put you guys on time lapse while I, struggle. so, well, not the whole door, just the lock. After about 2 hours of fussing with the door, I have found that the lock mechanism is completely frozen, and we're gonna have to get the whole mechanism. I'm gonna have to find some innovative way to pull that out of the door. I have my partner in crime with me, Kelsey, being a camera stand, as still as she can hold her little hands. And we're off to the Junkyards in Riverside, and we'll see you guys there. Okay, so this is our first friend. I can already tell that the backing plate is either missing or broken. Same problem we have, but it does have a good grill. So if we take this grill, we'll be able to maybe find a good back section on one of the other ones. Because I think that this is the only one that has a good chrome grill here. So we're gonna go ahead and take it. Okay, so we just paid for our stuff at the junkyard. Since it's for our junkyard parts getter, we have a stand-in parts getter, Kiki the Party. And we got a used battery, which I've never bought at a junkyard before. That's a gamble. But it was 20 bucks and it was made at the beginning of the year. So, yeah, let's try it. Why not? Got our door handle. We have a splash shield, the grill, which has got a few busted ends that we'll have to kind of glue together, but overall still better than the one we have. And that's pretty much it, but yeah, successful day at the junkyard.
Successful day at the junkyard.
So, we got home with our new grill and all of our parts and some other junk laying around. Anyway, so the next thing we're gonna do is give this a quick clean and then make some plastic repairs with some epoxy. I hopefully have some left over in my junk bins over there, and then put it on the truck. Let's go. So, before we start bonding our plastic together, I think we're going to need some plastic to kind of bridge the gaps. So we're going to take our old grill backing plate, we're going to cut some of these straight sections off. We're going to use those to bridge those gaps. Now, got to put these on, and I know what you're saying. Why don't they make cute safety glasses? I'm with you, but you gotta remember, safety's always cute. Let's get into this. So all of my epoxy is probably 10 years old and doesn't want to come out of the little plungers. So Kelsey went into the house to get our hot glue gun. Slightly more ghetto than normal, but I promise you, you won't be able to tell when we're done. You'll see. So I wanted to try this for a long time. It's a trick that I learned off of some TikTok video or something, I don't really know. But this bumper's really faded and we're gonna fix it with fire.
Let's try this at home.
Overall, I think that trick only kind of works. It doesn't really work where there was a lot of that transmission oil and stuff like that, and it leaves kind of tiger stripes sometimes, and I don't know, interesting trick to try, but overall I don't believe I'll be doing it again. I don't know, I might eat my words. You never know. So, as it turns out, the early ZJs, like the 93, 94s, are different than the later ones, because this is a 96, and the grille actually is lower and more looped out than the factory one. We just looked at the older one. So, we did try to make some slight adjustments and try to get our old bumper to fit, but it turns out we're going to need a 96 bumper if we're going to use all this stuff. So, we're going to have to go back to Junkyard for more parts, but considering this video is already getting pretty long, I think I'm going to call it here for this video, and we'll pick this up on the next episode of the Grand Cherokee. Thanks for viewing. Bonus, for those of you wondering if our Junkyard battery is any good, let's find out. The real question is, will it hold a charge for a long time? That's the real question, but it would be nice if I didn't have to jump this truck every time.